Hello YouTube, welcome back to a new video. So, before I start, I'm just going to state that this is not a continuation of 12 Days of Christmas. 12 Days of Christmas is done. So today we're doing a review on Cam Spinner, the Triple Dent, the next generation racer for Triple Dent in Cars 3. So I got this for Christmas, and yes, I really do have it. Well, first I found it at a Coles supermarket store on Christmas Eve, but I wasn't allowed to have either of these cam spinners until Christmas. So basically I got it for Christmas. And I live in Australia, and Australia's been getting a lot of good stuff racing, like Leroy Hemming, Metallic Florida Ramon, Jet Robinson, Cam Spinner and all that, which explains why I'm reviewing all these new cars first. Same with when Megan Shifter was released back in October. And Chris Raymond and Shreeram, although Australia wasn't the first to find them, I don't believe they were the first to find them. We were one of the first, just not the very first. We might have been the first actually to find them, I'm not sure. But I'm sorry for sounding a bit tired because I just woke up. But let's take a look at Cam. So, fun fact about Cam, he's a playable character in the video game Cars 3 Driven to Win. He was the last character to be released. It was a playable last character to be released as a diecast. It was a playable character in the game. Let's take a look. So we got a blue lightning bolt going along here with light blue stripes, white stripe, much bigger white stripes before the blue stripes. And then we've got Triple Dent in the same font as the lightning bolt and the blue stripes. And sadly, we've got stupid goddamn black eyelids. I don't like that. But at least Cam Spinner got a release. But so we've got like the sort of hazel coloured eyes here, and we've got a determined expression which shows that he's determined to win. We've got his sort of greyish whitish headlights, his black grille. Got a 31 here on the roof with blue stripes that go from here, and the blue stripes go here. On the spoiler, we've got mainly blue with a white stripe, and I've got Triple Dent, but it's in a different blue font. Let's take a look at what we've got on the side here. So, grey wheels, got silver rims, which actually doesn't match his card art, because his card art has... Yeah, so Cam Spinner is very inaccurate, because silver rims, black eyelids, black rims, blue eyelids. Makes perfect sense, Mattel. Good job. But on the side, the silver rims with the Lightyear text, but very different to the Lightyear text of the previous races, stock car racers, such as Terry Cargus, who is a British Triple Dent racer, who will compare to Cam soon. We've got Triple Dent here, Triple Dent white here, and then it just fades into this stripe that goes there. We've got some white sparkles, blue lightning bolt, white lightning bolt that also fades into this big white stripe. Got 31 in a very modern font. Triple Dent is also in a very modern font. And got the arrow to indicate to the pitties where to lift them up. We got the exhaust pipe, and then his contingency sponsors are Piston Cup, Carbon Cyber, Piston Cup, Combustor, Carbon Cyber, and Synergy. And this side is the same as this side, really. Just yeah, some side's the same as the other side because they're professional racing cars. They kind of have to have it the same side. And random fact, one thing I don't like about Mattel, sorry about that, is that the tail lights are just painted on. They aren't actually like engraved into the car, I guess, like they used to be. Well, for car, this Terry Cargus is engraved into both of them, but you get the idea. So on the back, orange headlight, the orange rookie stripes, because by the time of Cars 3 he'd just started racing. A little blue and white lightning bolt that's very similar to here. Got 31 Triple Dent in the very modern font. Got the red headlights. So then now let's take a comparison to, let's compare him to Terry Cargus, the previous Triple Dent racer. And random funny fact, because when I found Cam Spinner at the Coles Supermarket store the other day, I found two, so I got both of them. When I received them on Christmas, I opened one and I kept one on card, and I have two Terry Carguses on card, one open and one on card as well, but random funny fact. So you can see that they've completely removed the mint leaf, and the slogan, which was spearmint flavoured dent filler. The font has changed very much. 31 and Triple Dent. They've it's been changed to a much more modern font, and here they've had like the lightning bolt. The blue and white stripes are still present throughout Terry Cargus and Cam Spinner, but they've been made much more prominent on Cam. The contingency sponsors are much different, because on Cam they're piston cup combustor carbon carbon synergy, but on Terry Cargus they're piston cup Vitaline revolting RPM nitride and octane gain, which is the same for all Cars 3 stock cars. They didn't add the sparkles on Terry Cargus. And of course Terry Cargus didn't have the rookie stripes because he's been racing for several years, but because Cam just started by the time of Cars 3, they've had to put them on him. Although Canon in the movie, they both have window bars. Here on the diecast, Terry has much more prominent black window bars, but Cam just has transparent window bars, so like you can feel them. You can definitely feel that you can kind of see them, but they're a little bit hard to see. And so let's compare it. Let's have a look. It's the other blue next gens in my collection. The other prominently blue ones. Ed Trunken. The blue variation of Danny Suarez. Let's first have a look at Ed Trunken. So the only similar, they both have a white stripe going along the hood, but apart from that, the only similarity is like the stuff that all the stock cars have to have, like the number, the rookie stripe, and all that. The blue's much lighter on Cam, but it's much darker on Ed. Now let's take a look at Danny Suarez, the blue variation. I have both the blue and the purple variation. I put on card, but I'm only showing the blue one for this video. So they both have the logo going sideways across their hood, but Cam has it on the right, and Danny has it on the left. They both have like a little stripe here. Like a stripe here going past the window. Danny's is gold, but Cam's is blue and a little bit blue, mainly white. One thing about Ed Trunken, yes, their spoilers are different. And apart from that, they've got the stuff that all racers need to have. Let's go into another blue next gen, Chris Raman. So just like with Danny Suarez, they have the sponsor going across their hood sideways. But just like with Danny, Chris Raman's on the left and Cam Spinner's on the right. One thing about Danny, the shade of blue is again much more darker on Danny than it is on Cam Spinner. Same with Chris Raman, but Chris Raman is, it's hard to decide which colour Chris Raman is. You could say it's prominently blue, at the same time you could say he's mainly blue, but at the same time you could say he's mainly green. It's hard to tell. They really just have the stuff that all stock cars need to have. They both have stripes going along here. Cam's are white. Yeah, Cam's are white. Chris is a green. But Now, one last car compared to Spiky Phillips. Yeah, Spiky Phillips is little talking pistons that was confirmed in the poster. So, Spiky doesn't even have the logo on the hood, although one member of the Disney Cars and Planes community, which I'm a moderator for, one members of the community, Lombard84, I believe it was who shared this. Yeah, so credit to you, Lombard. Actually said that makes an L and a T. So that's the L and that's the T. Because other people thought this was a piston. But anyways, so, they're not really similar at all, apart from the fact that they're both blue. And then they have the stuff that all the next gens need to have. This shade of blue is kind of similar, but this shade of blue is not similar at all, really. But let's bring in the blue next gen squad, at least the one that I have. If there's any blue next gen that I don't have, I believe there's Harvey Rodcap, although he's mainly silver, but he still has quite a bit of blue. And then we got to bring in Terry Cargus, the man that got driven out of business by Cam Spinner. That's it for this review. Oh yes, well, before we finish the review, let's take a look at the carded version real quick. So we got out of the way, cars, out of the way. So what, Cam Spinner? So for 2018 and for the 2018 main line, they've abolished the number system. Over here, cars from the 2013 to 2017 main line hanging on my wall, but all the numbers, but basically they're just a little circle with the colour depending on what series they're in. For example, in the South of Big Camp series last year, there was only 2 cars, probably because they had to prepare for Cars 3, but there was Sarge and Charlie Cargo. I believe Sarge was 1 out of 2 and Charlie Cargo was 2 out of 2, but you get the idea. You got Cam Smiley Happily, got the Cars logo, got the blurred sunset in the background. Next gen piston cup races with all the different translations. Then you've got the logo of the next gen racer, which appears to look like Jackson Storm, I guess. I've got all the impressive next gen racers break Lightning McQueen's winning streak. On the back we've got Chase Race Slot, Ryan Inside Lady, Michael Roeder and Richie Gunzett, who will all be upcoming release in 2019. Michael Roeder's been released in an 11-pack, but although people have believed that it was fake, it's been confirmed to be real by the back of the package. But he's been released as a Fireball Beach Racers single, so some people have just gone that in the meantime, but I'm going to get... Although I did get some Fireball Beach Racers for Christmas, I didn't get Michael, but I'll still get the Fireball Beach version and the normal version. But anyways, we got all the translations here. Got a photo of Chris Rodman, Rusty Light McQueen, Daniel Suarez and Cam Spinner. Let's bring in the carded Cam. Let's bring in the blue next gen squad again, and the Triple Dent squad. It's got Cam Spinner and Terry Cargus, because he's another Triple Dent racer, come on, you gotta beat him in. One little fact, Triple Dent is actually a reference to the movie Inside Out, because there were Inside Out, there was a commercial for a gum company called Triple Dent, which most of the emotions hated. I'm pretty sure anger, joy, and disgust hated it. No, anger, disgust, and fear, sorry. Pretty sure those are the ones who hated it, but anyways, that's it for the video, so please remember to like, subscribe, comment, favourite, share, and I'll see you all for the next video, which could be either a Roblox gameplay or review. There's a few cars I have in mind to review, some good ones, but yes, that is it for the video. See you all next time.